back in a karaoke bar in the process of what sounds like making either the greatest plan or the worst plan.
Oh, it's definitely the worst plan.
Although, I don't know if you're aware, but whoever passed the test, the Orc Underground is pretty much like any other district. It's a place you can walk on the street, go around places, ask for people, and look for way. Just so you know, it's not like a maybe Topside portrays it as a little bit of tunnels with monsters, as Jet said, but
Well, I figured, further out and it's kind of like the Barrens in places.
it is in places. Although, filled with orcs and trolls, not just anyone. More or less correct. Although I would have to say that it's probably a little bit more orderly, since the Barons have everyone in them, and there's a lot of chaos, and the Orc Underground is, has like 2 major gangs right now. So,
is this happening after the proposition passes that makes the Orc Underground into an official Seattle district?
Yes, that's why you have the official entrances and the official tours and stuff.
Okay. So if I recall, what we were talking about was getting a truck and doing bad OPSEC on our supposed smuggling shipment to try and lure someone into jacking it. And what I was thinking was that the cargo would be a van or a truck full of Shadowrunners eager to kick the shit out of somebody. So whoever wanted to steal that, they'd be able to receive that, and then we might be able to talk to them and find out what else they might have done that to.
Problem with the plan.
Oh, there's just one? Please go ahead.
Well, one key issue, we only really have 2 characters capable at combat, and one of them prefers to be a little more indirect.
Well, I was thinking the big problem was that I'd have to go and attract a trailer.
I'm sure you fold for easy storage.
I figured we'd just get a wagon and hitch it to you.
Yeah, mule, ha, yeah.
I kind of like... No, that was a joke. Ha ha ha. I understand your American humor.
I think we just learned something we didn't want to know about Sue.
I think you just learned something you desperately wanted to know about.
Gross.
We're not giving him sake anymore.
It's so great that the booth is soundproof and stuff.
Dante, I will follow your lead, my Buddha.
Do we, just out of character real quick, do we know if there's anybody besides Bridge that does smuggling and stuff down there?
If you did some general searches or knowledges, could be.
We have Bridge's comm code, right?
Yeah.
I thought Dante had smuggling routes or some shit like that. Or, oh fuck, Rott had smuggling routes.
Maybe, I don't remember.
So we can...
But someone passed the test. I mean, I keep referring to this person, this mysterious Shadowrunner who passed the test on the Orc Underground. I don't remember who he was.
What was the test?
See any
I didn't even hear the
rolls.
test.
Like, general knowledge about the Orc Underground. That's when I told you about the big rhino and the 22 entrances and the tours and stuff. Someone rolled a good on that, so whoever he was, he might do it again, or just anyone, I don't know.
It wasn't this session.
Well, it was the last session, yes. That's why I say I don't remember right now. Anyway, some kind of district knowledge, some kind of like gang knowledge, stuff like that.
I think I probably rolled area knowledge for Seattle.
Oh, that could have been this one.
Because I don't have anything for the Orc Underground, and I doubt details are posted in the thing I can download.
Why don't you try?
Well,
we could
it
just
is.
call Bridge, ask him who his
Yes.
competition is.
That's, I believe, what Ali was suggesting.
Yeah. So Jet'll,
All right, let's call him.
yeah, Jet gives him a ring.
So he answers like, "So you have anything?"
We're coming up with a plan. Real quick question.
Like I said.
Who's your competition?
Um.
And who else knows the routes down there?
Oh, there's some independent smuggling going around, but most of the stuff is moved by us, the Botcom. We take most of the smuggling through the underground.
And the
Are we
ass
all on this
scratchers?
call?
Oh, if they are doing their smuggling, they're doing it by themselves. They're not telling us anything.
Alright. Yeah,
I mean-
I can add a character. I can add whoever, I guess, raises their hand.
Yeah.
All right.
So any, these independent upstarts, anyone you've had problems with in the past, particularly?
Well, since we since we deal with the Scratchas and the Trogs, we kind of take care of them as quickly as we can. But you can't catch everyone. I mean, we don't even want to, since they're doing a shitty job.
These two additional gangs, they are in direct competition
With each other?
with you.
No, they don't do our stuff. We take care of the smuggling. They take care of hitting things and getting
So the
money.
other gang, they don't infringe on your territory. You stay away from theirs. Everything's there in copacetic.
Well, it's a little bit complicated, but we don't have a territory, so to speak. We just kind of...
You have a sphere of influence that they stay away from.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned some independent operators, some upstarts. Anyone who's been hitting your shipments or otherwise that you're aware of, growing their own sphere of influence, making any kind of moves?
I mean, as far as I know, if we found anyone who's been hitting our shipments, he's not alive anymore, or he's working for us.
Okay, so they're completely unknown to you.
I mean, it's a little bit sketchy to find things here, since since you have to rely on mostly spoken word, and there's not much of a matrix going on. So, but as far as I know, it's just the two gangs and us.
So if I were to conclude that either this is a small-time operator from the area making their first move, or if it is something bigger, they're from out of town, do you think that would be reasonable?
I don't know, man. And he just pauses a second and says, "There's been some weird stuff happening lately. I mean, the gangs are a little bit more violent than usual. They're hitting stuff all over the place. There are new drugs coming in, which is weird since most of the stuff isn't ordered by us. There's some religious freaks. It's like, I don't know. A lot of stuff is happening, man. That's weird.
Talk to me about the religious freaks.
Not much of a... I mean, it's just a figure of speech. There's just... You know how there's, in the Barrens, there's not much of a booming arts sector?
Yeah.
Well, suddenly there's one here.
Were you talking like bric-a-brac sculptures or
Yeah.
like Pollock paintings?
I mean, are people fucking carving scrimshaw, or what the hell are you talking about?
Most of it is shit, and most of it is unusable, and you wouldn't hang it in your garage much, your house. And people cannot exactly buy stuff down here. But it's appearing. That's why I'm telling you this. There's weird stuff going around.
Is this like the game changing, or do you feel like something is up?
Um,
And are these like sculptures? Be honest with me. Are they bodies? Like Like people sculptures.
Oh, they're whatever. They're like dogs. I mean, paintings, sculptures, all kinds of artsy stuff. And about your previous question, it's more like there's never been stuff like this here since like 2 months or maybe a little bit earlier. Suddenly there is. So, I mean, if that's not something strange.
No, I would classify dog sculptures as pretty goddamn strange.
You mentioned religious groups.
It's more like, well, shit, I don't know. It's like some of the oppressed and very, very sad meta people here.
Mm.
I don't know. They just...
So sort of people disenfranchised, downtrodden, precisely the sort of people that an upcoming cult might, you know, try and bend to their cause.
Oh, by all means, just try to establish a cult here. There's not much to establish it on, so I don't know. I mean, none of the gangs would actually tolerate any kind of cult. I think. Okay. I don't know.
Well, see, the thing is, you mentioned religious nutty people, and of course you realize the shipments which was taken was from a religion that is established. So if there were any, you know, cultish extremists, this is something that would be in direct competition with them. That's something I'm interested in. Why don't we have them do this? We will go check out the site. We will follow up on those leads you've provided us. I would like it quite much if you would have your people ask around, find out about religious movements growing in the area. Let us know if you find it. Danke.
Sure.
And of course, we will let you know when we come up with any information that might be pertinent to you.
I appreciate it. I'm not sure how long this is gonna take. I'm not exactly super popular in my gang right now, but I'll do my best.
And you are so handsome and charming. I will sure you will find a way. We will hear from you soon, yeah?
Yes. He seems to be a little taken aback by your forthcomingness.
I am super friendly.
I know. He's not used to it.
Rage and aggressiveness.
Jet knows that I am super friendly.
So he just breaks away. I mean, turns off his comlink or something.
Hangs up.
Yes! 3 a.m. Damn it. So yeah.
So guys, I think we've ended up in a horror trip. And I give them the details of the call.
And the rest of the team is obviously sleeping.
I'm sorry, run that by me one more time.
We've got religious, possibly religious freaks carving up all sorts of folk art, got meat sculptures, and Sue, if it's bugs, we're out. Things have gotten really weird, apparently, in the past 2 months. Aggression and aforementioned meat sculptures.
Oh, I believe that was something I maybe misunderstood. The things you mentioned were meat sculptures?
That's, you said, like, you know, dogs.
Okay,
yes,
Rott.
Yes. I meant like clay stuff, like artsy stuff.
Oh, I was thinking like sculptures made out of people.
Yeah.
No. Totally misunderstood you there.
Okay,
like normal artsy stuff, not like, yeah.
So there are sculptures that resemble bodies.
Exactly. Just artsy, low-level stuff.
That relieves Jet and makes Jet the player a little sad.
I'm sorry to disappoint, but I kind of totally didn't hear the essence of what you said, which would have made me go like, "What?" But yeah, I can do that now. What?
Yeah, Bridge just calls us up to go, what?
It just got to me what she said. No meat sculptures, no meat sculptures, man.
Okay, Jet apparently never said meat sculptures are horrid.
I don't know. Jet watches a lot of movies. Maybe he still did.
Well, not without like meat sculptures, not without like House of a Thousand Corpses style stuff.
All we know is that there aren't meat sculptures yet. We haven't arrived on the scene.
Maybe clay is a fancy orc underground word for, flesh.
How poetic.
It kind of works though, like religiously.
Dum dum dum.
Great golems.
Yes, dumb. All right.
So what did we learn that changes the plan?
Nobody knows anything about mines.
Basically nothing. This guy, I can't imagine anybody not knowing about their territory as much as this dude does.
This seems fucking weird to me. I mean, this seems very weird to me. This guy is like supposedly the ace #1 smuggler of the Orc Underground and knows fucking dick all about what goes on in his territory.
I mean, maybe he's just a bad smuggler. We could still go find things out.
How is he the best smuggler if he's not a good smuggler?
No one ever said he was the best smuggler, so.
Well, he thinks he's the only one.
Yeah.
But that, yes, he might be bad at knowing that as well.
So basically, there may be some sort of outside influence driving people to folk art. I mean, that is kind of messed up, but.
Well, we have the 3 locations. The one where the.
Yeah, let's go check the scene.
Like, if there's people around that area, maybe they saw something. We can. I don't know. You can, and she'll look over it so you can talk purdy at him or something.
Liebchen, natürlich.
We get to check out the exhibits maybe as well. All right.
So we going back down now or tomorrow or?
Does anybody need to gear up?
I have no plans.
I mean, we don't really know what we're looking for, so I can't see how we'd really just gear up.
I know
Sure
I'm
we
gonna
do.
have all of my guns.
We are looking for persons of interest. Let's
Wait,
go
Hex
find
needs
them.
to go back and get her deck, guys.
All
She
right.
needs to go get her deck so she can hack better.
She didn't have her deck in the restaurant when she was hacking?
She was doing it through her comlink. She's just
Right.
that good. Well,
Okay.
I got my duffel, so I'm good to go.
Okay, so what approach are you taking?
Sexual.
No, we are not taking that approach. Stop that. I am filing a complaint with HR otherwise.
Because there are no meat sculptures.
Oh. Mine
Then Jet would be on board with meat sculptures.
All right. Friendly.
So let's just move past that like it never happened.
Yeah, let's go to
We
the
need to
thing.
get a big truck and figure out how to get it in there.
So that's what I was thinking was we might want to steal a truck and then fill it full of us and then, spread the word about it. But maybe we want to check the scene first.
Oh, we could just have Bridge smuggle us.
Why don't we do that? Dante, I love you.
Said
That
that he
sounds-
has other things to do.
Yeah,
So unless
but
we're willing to pony
the other things
cash.
the other things that he has to do have got to be also smuggling, right? And so here's the thing where we come up against the possibility that he may actually have a leak in his organization. And if he's judicious about the information regarding smuggling of us, we might be able to find out who that is.
Basically, all he has to do is set us up with a truck and a driver.
Yeah, that way we don't have to steal it.
I'm tired of dealing with him. You can do it. I don't talk purdy. I'm sorry.
How do
I
you
don't
feel
talk
about checking out,
patty.
how do you guys feel about checking out the site first?
That seems like the only thing we can do.
Might as well.
All right.
So, are you calling him again?
No.
We're going to go down the way.
Okay. So, you're going down into the mall area, are you not?
Yeah, probably be going through there.
Okay.
Unless there's an entrance that's closer to where we've got to be at.
The only two super official entrances are the Big Rhino restaurant and there's like another entrance that's like a couple of blocks away, and they're both used to access the mall. There are supposedly more, but they're not super public knowledge.
Right. Well,
Is there something I can download from the great vast of the internet into my brain?
You know what? I'd say yeah. But they're all gonna be, anything you can download is gonna be like, at least semi-public. No secret entrances, no, tunnels and stuff like that. It's gonna be like a staircase to an alley or something.
Well, then we should call Bridge and ask him if there's a closer entrance, since he would know the best entrances and exits as a smuggler.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so I'm gonna just, like, long story short, he just picks up, says, where are you? You tell him where you are, and he sends you three locations. One that is going through like one basement, and it goes straight into the underground. One through a maintenance tunnel that leads to a metro tunnel that leads to the Orc Underground. And one through an abandoned, non-functional underground parking garage.
I'd also like to, when we make this call, let him know that it might be of interest to us for him to set up a run. Driver with no cargo through the same route.
Okay, then I guess that would be a little bit of roleplay involved, as he asks you why, because he's risking. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's potentially risking losing even more stuff.
Well, no, you're not risking losing more stuff. So what's happened here is you've had a smuggling operation. You had a run that was known only to you and your organization. Someone has hit that transport. We would like to find out, one, who has hit the transport, and two, if possible, how it is that they knew there was something there to hit. We don't know yet, we're not certain, but I'm asking in case you need some lead time to arrange this to our liking. It may be of value for you to have another transport hit. But in order to mitigate your losses, this should not be a transport full of precious cargo. But
Okay. He gets it. I mean,
with guns.
Okay, he gets that it's supposed to be a dummy transport, and he asks if the angry people will be you. And also, like, supposedly, if he was about to do it, any like destination where would you like to go? What was would you like to go through the known locations of the cargo, or where?
I would say we'd be interested in a route following exactly where's the first shipment went.
Okay.
So this is what we need to probe, yeah? We need to probe security issues in the route. We need to probe security issues in the organization. So we want the route to be the same, and we want the dissemination of information within your organization to be the same.
Okay. Okay. Would you roll negotiation again, since you're trying to make him do stuff?
Certainly.
Are you rolling? Nice. Could you also roll me your edge attribute, or like anyone roll me an edge attribute?
Can I roll Rott's edge for him?
I can roll
Nope.
edge for you.
You have like a million edge or something.
I have 7.
Okay. He says after some, like, let's say there's like an hour passing by, and he says first he says that he will look into it, and then after an hour he calls back and says, I can arrange you a transport in like specifically for you in 2 days, or you can try like a little earlier, but also around 2 days time. Get onto one of my transports, but that will be a little bit more tricky.
Who else knows about the transport that you've already arranged?
Me and a couple of folks in Botcom and my overseer.
We'll hold out for the one that will be empty. Let that one roll. And if I may offer a suggestion, you can place wireless cameras in the trailer, which have onboard storage, so that you are not beholden to the matrix to recover the footage, assuming the cameras themselves are not destroyed.
Sure. It didn't help the last time. I mean, onboard storage is not something you cannot steal. But I'm assuming you guys, people angry with guns inside, will prevent that. Will you drive yourselves?
The one that you have already planned, let it roll. All right. Do what you can to have non-matrix dependent video coverage, and if you don't traditionally use a lead and follow car, perhaps this might be of service to you as well. Basically, anything that you can do to see that if that one gets hit as well, you have more information about the event than you have about this one that we're following up.
Oh, I mean, we are doing that independently. I mean, regardless of what I said, we are, cranking up the security a little bit at least. So there's there's a limited amount of things I can do since my standing just went down from the incredibly high standing it was like before. So do you want a driver, or will you drive yourself?
Good. One of your normal drivers that you would ordinarily use.
Sure. His name will be Gregory, and he will wait for you, and he sends you on the location. And let's say it's the location near the underground parking lot, or on it.
Danke.
And he says, in 2 days, fastest I can do this with everything.
That's fine. Thank you so much for your assistance.
I mean, you better turn up something. I mean,
As I believe I've said on more than one occasion, we will do what we can.
okay. And he switches off. So you're waiting 2 days. You're doing something in the meantime, or just waiting for?
Well, let me check with my peeps. I believe we're going to check the place where the first shipment was hit before we
Yeah.
do that.
I think
Yes.
so.
And can the driver's last name be Peck?
Sure.
Oh, come on. Nobody got that?
I got it. I just didn't assume that Rott would, and I didn't want to make him feel bad.
Oh, make me feel bad all you want.
I didn't
No.
get it.
Gregory Peck, he was an actor back in the day. I think he
He
played
was an
Atticus
actor in an
Finch.
old black and white movie that most people know of because of the book that they have to read in 8th grade.
I didn't
Kill a
read.
Mockingbird.
Nope.
I didn't care for either.
Oh, I thought he could have been Hope Colburn.
Okay, guys.
Daisy.
Are you just waiting 2 days, or are you doing anything else?
We're going to the site.
Like on foot?
Well,
I don't know how far away it is.
He gave us a couple entrances to
We're going whatever way would make the most sense to the place where the previous convoy was hit.
Okay, I'm just making sure you scheduled a smuggling route, and then in the 2 days that lead to the smuggling, you're going on foot to check the site.
not
Or
necessarily
by
on
car
foot.
or whatever. I mean,
Okay.
how far away is this place?
I mean, that's up to you to decide. There are streets and just alleys and living areas there, so you could go by car, sure. Although, it's up to you. I don't want to decide for you, so that's why I'm waiting for some kind of like
Yeah.
there's this section of like you play a game where you have a grid that what formation are you going in? So this is like the moment.
What's
Like,
the
okay.
closest entrance to that location from topside?
You didn't ask for the closest one. You asked for the closest one to where you are right now, and he gave you 3. But judging from the scarce map that he gave you and some like general map of the district that's available, you can get there through the district, just like by driving a car or walking on foot. Up to a point, and then you have to go through a sort of uncharted territory to get there.
How far is it?
Like, in time or in meters? Like, let's say a few hours of walking, and I'd say an hour and a half of driving through various streets and stuff.
You guys want to walk it?
Not really. That's a lot of walking.
Are you excited about going in a vehicle?
Not really, but we could take like they gotta have some sort of transport that's native down there. We could take our vehicles to some point
Yeah,
and then change
this is
out.
a subway. Do they not have subways?
The York Underground is more abandoned subways than functional subways. There may be 2 stations that stop there in places, and the rest of them are just cordoned off as living areas and corridors and whatnot.
So we'll get a bunch of those rail cars or the little platforms that 2 people pump back and forth on, and
Oh yeah, mine cars. Let's do that. Yes.
And there's going to be a section where you have to just lean one direction to escape a broken track or something. Anyway, so what's the formation? What you're going? You're taking a car, right?
Well, I don't think we have one vehicle that will fit everybody.
Sure don't.
So we're either taking multiple vehicles, or only a couple people are going, or we're all walking.
Or we could steal something.
Or you could rent a vehicle.
Yeah, what would like renting cost down there?
I was about to say rent up topside, but you know.
Yeah, and then go. I guess the parking garage might be our best bet.
That's what I was
Let's
thinking.
rent a van or whatever. Somebody's got a lifestyle.
Is like Bamce, that's actually maybe a question to you. Would renting a van cost stuff, or would it be included in the lifestyle?
I would normally say it's lifestyle if somebody has a decent lifestyle. This is a little bit of a
The car might not come back.
yeah. I feel like this might be a little bit heavier of a down payment situation, where
Dante's rich.
What if we pay for the insurance?
I think that's basically what it is. Like in this situation, you would be paying a larger down payment that if you took it into the underground and it did not return, they would be, well, we're keeping that down payment and we're charging you.
Wait, are we telling them what we're planning on doing with this van? I thought we were just gonna go to a fucking Hertz.
I
Well,
mean,
the van is located, so if it goes off the grid, that's 1 point.
yeah, it's gonna have matrix tracking stuff in it. Like it'll have a
Oh.
GPS in it.
If you're starting to go somewhere they wouldn't allow you to go, they would probably, I don't know, turn it off or something.
They
And
would
Hex
absolutely
fix that?
have the capability to be like, "Hey, what you doing? Do you want to buy our upgraded package that allows you to go into the Orc Underground?"
All right, we've
Hmm.
got 5 people, 2 of which have bikes that could navigate a little easier. I don't
Like a
this
whole
is
gang
totally
trip.
this is totally out of character, but I'm pretty sure Hex would have a freak out session if she got cut off from the grid.
Eh.
It's true.
So that narrows us down to 2 people per bike, and we're good.
I can't drive.
Jesus Christ.
And the monocycle's kind of a one-seater, but Sue could always do the little barrel run on top of it if he wants.
My agility is 2, brother.
I look forward to running you over.
Okay, Sue, you want to work on your cardio?
Oh, I'm healthy as a large horseman point.
Okay.
A large
Uh,
one.
We
In
drive.
every conceivable way.
Just,
Yeah, as
dear
far as
God,
leisure-
stop it. We will go through the big rhino. You can ask the broad for her number if you just stop with this crap. And don't giggle like that. It's really weird.
Like a huge giant that's giggling.
All right, screw it. Let's go.
All
Maybe
right,
Sadie
all right.
got eaten on the way there.
Okay, so what's the final plan? Are you guys half driving, half walking, or all walking, or like renting stuff actually? Because you didn't
Jet will go on his
specify.
bike.
I'm gonna
Somebody.
vote for renting because I don't want to risk losing an 8,000 Nuyen bike.
Yeah. I mean, either renting or stealing. Does it matter
Renting's
that much?
faster and easier.
How much would the renting cost, Bams? I'm not sure.
Depends upon what it is and how legally we are renting it.
Oh, right.
If we are, and this is once again out of character, if we are renting legally, then I'm not sure Jet wants to risk his credit rating.
Can we just get like an under the table week long from Big Bob for a fucking Shadowrunner van and get this done?
If you call Big Bob, no one said anything. Maybe.
I mean, assume that we do whatever it is that has to happen for that to happen.
Well, they're different things because like a legitimate business place isn't going to charge you as much as a not legitimate business place, because the legitimate business place has like insurance and stuff to back it up, but they're gonna, whatever sin name rented this truck thing, whereas a illegal place is gonna, yes, Mr. Smith.
Well, Big Bob, I'm sure won't gouge us too much. He's our friend. He said so.
Loyalty too, if I remember correctly. So friend, I don't think that's the word.
I mean, it's working that way. But
Don't you have stupid friends?
yeah. So, what kind of? Do you want to get a van? Do you want to get a car? Like, what kind of vehicle do you guys wish to purchase?
Probably the
Or rent?
delivery van, I would say.
Yep.
That would be
And probably from an illegitimate place.
the Dodge Caravaner or the Seder Krupt um, LT21.
The Caravaner is just like a minivan, right?
I thought we were looking at like a soccer mom special.
I'm looking to see what I was looking for.
The Caravaner is a boring little bean-shaped van with the obnoxious adverts spamming the airwaves around it while it drives from place to place, dropping off cargo and people. It's spacious
That
enough
doesn't
for
sound good.
trolls, and since it's intended to haul cargo, it's sometimes cargo and trolls can weigh a lot. It is seriously overpowered for such a small vehicle.
Well, that sounds better than it sounded at the beginning of the description.
The Seder Krupp delivery van says to properly build a crash cart ambulance. Many extraction runners recommend that you use the Seder Krupp. They're basically both about 30 grand. One's 28, one's 31. The Caravaner's got a little bit better handling, so I'd say we should go with that. And it's got higher speed too.
Is that the more expensive one?
No, that's the cheaper one. It's not
Wow.
it doesn't have as much body.
Okay.
Sounds like a slight problem.
So then it would probably be, well, something in there would come down to negotiation, because it's like, Bob is going to want a fee just for letting you use his gear, and then probably some kind of down payment, which is another price, that if we return the vehicle unmolested, he will return to us. Sorry, I lost words there.
Hang on.
So you're negotiating with the guy about the. So you're buying the van, or are you just renting the van?
I believe we are renting.
Under the
Okay. How would the pricing work? This is the reality check situation, I would say.
Well, we're only running it for a day, right?
Are you?
Hopefully, yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Are we running it for a day? Or are we
Or
running it
Yeah.
3 days.
3 days? So this is where it kind of sucks, because I've not really actually rented cars. My thought process is maybe like 20% down payment, just because that sounds like an okay amount, and we're going to be theoretically getting that money back. And then maybe
A $6,000 down payment to rent a car, at least today, would be excessive.
what, 20% of the cost of the vehicle?
It's an illegitimate place, so
It's
it
more of
would
a
be a little
security
excessive.
deposit.
What's that?
It is an illegitimate place, so
Well, what, I haven't rented a car, so what would a legitimate car rental down payment or deposit be?
None.
Like 400. Even that
whenever
sounds
I've
really
rented
high.
a car,
But I'm accounting for Shadowrun.
right now, today's time, you'd probably be spending somewhere around $80 a day for a delivery van with no deposit. Or you could do like U-Haul has vans, but they're $20 plus mileage. So for mileage included, you're probably looking about $70-$80 a day.
Okay. Then I would probably say, like, because this is a criminal element thing going on here with no proper paperwork, maybe like a 10% down deposit, or Yeah, 10% deposit, and maybe like $500 a day.
Okay, what is the 10 successes discount?
I mean, Big Bob gets to oppose that.
Well, with his what? With his loyalty plus thing?
No, no, with how good Big Bob is at negotiating.
Oh, I don't have his character sheet. You have his
He doesn't
character
have a
sheet or
character
something.
sheet. How good do you think Big Bob is at negotiating?
He's named Big Bob, and he's in business, so he should be pretty good.
Yeah, he's a used car salesman.
He's not a magical giant, though.
I mean, you don't need to be a magical giant when you have that much personality.
Plus,
I'm
he's
just
in.
saying,
Okay.
he's the biggest Bob in the room if I'm in the room.
Your real name is Robert?
Sure, let's go with that.
Was that too little?
I mean, he got a shitty roll on it.
Okay. So that's like 4 net successes on. No, wait, it's like 10. So like, wow, 8 net successes. So that would
Give me your
work.
dealership.
So he will pay you for renting the car.
Feeling done. Let's go.
So like it would be 3,000 down payment plus 500 a day. The 500 would stay the same, I believe. So the down payment shrinks to, let's say, 1.5. Is that excessive, Bams?
You're
I
the
mean,
GM.
he crushed it and stuff, and this is fully under
Yeah,
his control.
exactly. So you've done some business with him, and he likes you as customers and stuff. And Rod is a pretty solid customer of his, so why not? He's gonna. So 1,500 from all of you, and 500 a day would stay the same. And he's pretty sure, you're gonna be okay with the van. It's super cool.
Cool.
Only catch is somebody died in it, and he's pretty sure it's haunted.
Well, you've been driving in a van that has like 2 blood pools on the floor and stuff. So.
Yeah, but I mean that's ours.
Oh, you own it. That's different. Okay, so you get the van. It's big enough for all of you. If I remember correctly, Bamce's descriptions.
It's a 7-seater.
Mhm. So giants plus Shadowrunners. And you go through the used car lot. There's like a tunnel that goes from the unused parking garage that goes sort of semi-directly to the Orc Underground territory. And you're driving like by yourselves right now, right?
Yeah.
So who's driving, and would he give me a navigation roll?
They're driving.
Who's there? I mean, if I remember correctly, you said you're not doing the smuggling thing right now. You're doing the alone checking the crime scene right now, or did I mix something up?
Jet is
We're
driving.
doing- Yes.
All right, let me
So, Jet, would you
see
give
what
me a
my
navigation roll?
Is I can default on navigation, right?
Sure. I guess some people have to.
Dunk load.
I mean, you guys sort of.
Right?
Probably. I'm gonna check.
Yeah, I think it is. All right, cool. All right, and I am going to pre-edge that.
So, just in case, you're driving through the tunnel and you're going through a sort of an unofficial access point, And as you drive into the Orc Underground, you can see that right off the bat, you are the only car in sight right now. You can see some people sort of scurrying around, barely getting out of the houses, and sort of some of them are sleeping on the streets. It pretty much looks like more orcish, trollish versions of the Barons right now. And you're slowly driving. That's nice.
So I guess I didn't miss the turn.
And from that, it takes you, I would say, the allotted time. So the thing is, you can only get to a place like right with your van right now, not using the routes that the driver will know. You can only get to a certain point close to the let's say crime scene. It takes you about, let's say, an hour and 10 minutes to get there.
Let me ask you a question. Is it that
Mhm.
the area becomes too narrow to get the van through, or like why are we blocked?
So the thing is, there's a tunnel or some kind of an area probably that goes from point A to point B. There are no actual routes that go into it from the sides, but you can get into it by foot. So you can drive into it from the side. So I would say that, judging from your map, you can either get close by car, or you'd have to start from one of the entrance points and go, all the way through. But it is like, I would say, like 500 meters through corridors and such.
Okay. How good is the security system on this thing?
The car?
Yeah. Listen, I mean, we're leaving a van in the open in a rough neighborhood.
Well,
That thing's gonna end up on cinder blocks, man.
well, since you're renting it, I'm gonna say, like, not half bad, but probably not good enough.
Can anybody drive this thing back?
Can you guys give me a minute? I mean, can you guys give me a minute?
There are ways to secure the van without being there.
Yeah, working on it.
Okay.
That's true. We can always take the tires off ourselves, put on cinder blocks. So the
Hey,
tires
by the way, Hex, are you going with them, or are you just staying somewhere else?
Where the fuck is Conjuring?
I don't know. Part of me wants to go, but I also know going could have complications.
Well, it'd be your first time, I assume, being off the grid, so to speak.
Pretty much not. I mean, it's not completely off the grid. I would say more, but it depends on like if Hex is there or is she not. Because you guys just figure out there's not much of a matrix reception here. You get glimpses here and there, but not much. Hex would probably have a more vivid picture of the matrix sphere, so I don't know if she's going or not.
So, like, if we're not really getting more than a couple of bars in here, huh? Or what was our reception like when we were going, when we were meeting in person with Bridge?
Well, then it was pretty good. Like, let's say, like on a 5-bar scale, it was like 4 when you were in the back room and stuff. So it was pretty good.
I'll private message Hex. I mean, reception was okay.
I mean, did she come?
Yes.
Yeah, this is in the past before we went.
Okay.
So I'm guessing Hex will go.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that as you're going through the underground, you can definitely feel a little disconnected. You feel that there's electronics nearby. There are things that shitty things. Oh, that's nice. So you. Oh well. Either way. So let me just finish. there's not much of a matrix sphere around here. There's bits of it reaching you through the surface and through some nodes that are probably working, but it's a very different experience than from topside. You're used to being immersed in this data sphere, and here it's more like a occasional drizzle of matrix. Although you do feel and see a couple of devices not hidden in places. It is kind of awkward and a little bit unnerving for you as a technomancer. So you summon a Force 3 man spirit who appears in front of you.
You have to roll 3
Does
dice.
he want to resist at all, or is he just?
I know. It's 2 times 3 dice or just 3 dice?
3 dice.
So you have to resist 1?
2. It's double.
Okay.
Fuck me.
So you get 1 drain, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like you, Sue. This place is taking its toll. Okay, so that was what Hex is seeing. Sue, as soon as you start driving through the Orc Underground proper, you feel different. There's, even without much sensing, you can feel that this place is sad and depressing, and sort of it's like a little bit of a pressure that keeps just pushing against your magical senses, and it feels kind of like the Barrens, only much more concentrated and species specific, I should say. And it's like a little bit of a background county over here that you're not really used to.
Do I feel a particular affinity with any of these?
As in what?
I mean, is this like aspected toward trolls and orcs, or what's?
It's just general. I mean, it's like depression and sadness and anguish seeping through the walls. It's not actually like aspected at anyone in particular.
Okay.
Dwarves and stuff used to live here as well, so.
I thought that we were stopped and like ready to proceed on foot.
I'm just filling you in because you were rolling stuff to when you stopped. But yeah, finally when Jet gets his like super many successes, you stop in front of it seems like an empty building, like almost like a empty building in the Orc Underground, so it's pretty rough. Although it is also pretty narrow, and you can see that there are like stairs. According to your map, at least, the closest way would be through this building, and the stairs lead down into some kind of a storage tunnel or something. And it is pretty narrow. You're gonna have to
Yep.
go down a little bit to like duck or crouch. That's the word I'm looking for. And you don't have a really particularly detailed map of the tunnels that lead you to the crime scene.
And just for disclosure's sake, Jet is in full combat gear, like ballistic mask, and his PPP shin guards, and he's got his sub gun on him.
Okay.
I think we can assume we're all geared up, and I think with 2, am I okay?
With your phobia?
Yeah, is it 2 or 3 that I need?
If you know Bamce, you can chime in anytime you want. I'm just looking.
I think I'm okay. I'm not happy. Do I have that on my sheet? It says mild. Good
It's
job,
2.
Sue. All right. So I'm not freaking out, but I'm not having the most time. All right. So I just whistled up a super friendly spirit of man. I would like for him to watch the van. If anyone comes to mess with it, try and scare them off. But don't get yourself disrupted. If you
Okay.
want to follow and let me know where you are.
What do you mean by scare them off? Because spirits are smart and stuff, but I believe they need instructions, like almost specific ones. Or can you just tell them generally what to do?
At Force 3, he should be as smart as an average human. So he has a sense of self-preservation, and I've advised him to hew to it. Like, be a fucking spirit, scare them off. But if that doesn't work, don't get yourself killed.
Okay. So he just nods and stays in the van. Now, would whoever's, I don't know, roll me a perception roll, guys, as you're getting out of the van and all geared up and stuff, ready to access this tunnel thingy. I don't know if everyone wants to roll or is someone walking out with his eyes closed, but
Yeah, I'm. Just give me a sec.
There you go.
I just had to remember how bad I am at this.
Is this an audio visual? What kind of perception check?
Whichever one you would prefer, but mostly visual.
Perception, visual.
I can see.
You're focused on summoning the spirit and the general depression of the area and the fact that you're about to go into a very tight corridor. So, Ali and Dante, as you get up, you take a look around, and right off the bat you can see that there are a few, like 3 trolls, sort of standing around and talking. They're at first when you stop, they just sort of notice you. They scurry away. One of them sort of stays. And they have, with like 6 successes, you can clearly see that they have this sort of fireball kind of emblem on the front of their whatever armored, whatever jackets, whatever shirts. One of them sort of stays, leans against the wall, and looks at the car, since there's like 1 car every 30 minutes passing you. And you sort of stop, and I believe that would change your reaction, maybe? Of getting out or not?
Okay.
3 trolls.
Yeah, each of them had this like red blazing fireball symbol on them. And as 2 of them walked away into an alley, one of them stayed and is eyeing the car, sort of.
Armed?
Not, well, 6 successes. Not visibly, I'd say. Not from this distance.
Get out, walk up to him.
You?
Yes.
Okay. As you're walking up to him, he sort of looks around if you're actually walking up to him.
Yes.
Sort of stands up, moves his shoulders a little bit, and prepares for your arrival with his like best angry face.
Hallo, mein Freund. My name is Sue.
Yeah, what of it?
If you could do me a very small favor.
He looks at you like this funny way. He cocks his head a little bit.
It's nothing that will put you out, I assure you.
Would you mind and get lost? I'm busy standing around.
And I would very much like to leave you to it as soon as possible, but if you could simply hear me out, it's for the public good.
Don't you understand English? No.
Yes, I have learned this in school. You as well? How wonderful. All I wanted to convey to you is that this vehicle here that I've just exited, you are watching me the whole way. Um, you see, because we are in something that I would consider kind of a rough area, and I mean no disrespect by this, I've had to protect the van with magic and spirits. And I'm concerned that the protection of the van might accidentally cause harm to anyone who might come up and try and monkey this van. So I was wondering, since you seem to be standing here and holding down this area anyhow, if you would just do me the solid of, if you see anyone come up looking like they're about to mess with the van, simply let them know that this could be highly dangerous for them, perhaps even lethal, so that they are not, caught in a situation from which they cannot return. Would you do that for me, please?
Oh, so you want me to look after your van? Sure, I can look after your van.
No, 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 mein Freund, you don't need to look at the van. I assure you,
And he
the van
smirks a little bit.
very
Jack
well
walks
looked after.
up to the two.
I have
Basically,
no
what the idiot is saying
concerns.
basically what the idiot is saying is, don't fuck with the van, or there will be consequences.
That's the message that I would like you to convey to anyone who looks like they may,
And I'm going to roll that intimidation check.
Yes, please do.
Does my being nice about it get him any help here?
Uh, I would say not in intimidation.
I'm very distinctly trying to convey I have no concerns about the safety of the van. The van is going to be safe. I'm just
Okay.
concerned about any poor creatures that might, not
I'm not
realize
sure.
how very safe it is.
I'm not sure he was smart enough to get that. Bamce? Bamce?
I'm
Hello?
wondering if I should edge that.
He resists that with his something, or do I just judge how well did he do?
It's typically resistance. Like, if he has intimidation, he can resist with that. If he has, I believe he can resist.
Oh, he has intimidation.
Um, and then there's that handy dandy social modifiers table in the back if you want to look at that, because I have a feeling that some stuff from there might come into play.
I mean, if he's not smart enough to understand what I was saying, he's not going to resist with a whole lot.
All right, it's 4.
Page 457 is the social modifiers table.
I'm at headwear 457.
Yeah, should be the important tables in the back of the book. I'm sorry, 475.
Okay. It's like and it's to Sue's role, not to sorry, to Jet's role, not to my role, right?
You can give yourself the like inverse of the dice
Okay.
if you want.
Yeah, he might have like home ground or something.
He almost assuredly has some kind of ace in the hole somewhere, because this is like that's his like home ground kind of thing.
Yeah, he's got 2 buddies in an alley at the very least.
Oh, he's wearing some kind of symbol. He's got a lot more than 2 buddies.
But there might be something in my favor. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, is that we're here now. And I just told him that the van was protected by magic and spirits. I don't know if he believes me or not, but I'm about to eat his fucking soul.
I'd say he sort of, as soon as Jed says that, he grins a little bit, looks at the ballistic mask. It's like, that's very cute. And he sort of puts 2 fingers in his mouth and does like a.
Ha ha! Let's fucking do this.
So that is happening, right?
Guess so.
Okay. Bams, are you operating the fighting tables or something, or are you just trying to do something else before fighting erupts? Because he looks fighting ready.
What do you mean, like the turn order stuff?
Oh yes.
I don't mean to second guess you, but it's not like I critical glitched or anything. We just tied. And I mean, he won the intimidation check, but not that I'm saying no to combat.
Shit, I was muted. So it sounded like he was just calling his goons out, at which point it doesn't necessarily have to break down into combat, but the opportunity is definitely there, one could say.
So basically, what happens is, as you're standing right in front of him, combat ready and stuff, he's still standing there, grinning in your face, and sort of like even getting a little bit closer. You know how they just put your face in front of his, arms wide, chest like wide in front of you, and that, like, assuredly, his 2 buddies, 2 troll buddies, walk out. They were like having a smoke behind the turn down the alley, and they sort of like go back, like, what's going? And they see him in like a combat ready positions, like ready to roll, and they're like, oh shit. One of them grabs like a piece of metal, and they're like going your way down the alley, also grinning.
So
what you doing?
The ghostly glowing visage of a boar head erupt around my head, somewhat above his own. And
So you're rolling for a stun bolt, or are you not rolling for a stun bolt?
I'm holding it for a second. Say I'm gathering mana.
Dante's gonna hop out and go the other way towards the crash or the vehicle site.
So you're going into the stairs down to the tunnels?
Yep.
Okay.
Mein Freund, it was a simple request.
Oh, Hex, don't be so, Jesus, I lost the word, optimistic. Pessimistic, don't be so pessimistic.
That's his wheelhouse, though. That's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair point.
Just because I don't think negotiations can go too much farther. Just in case we need it, I'm gonna leave that up there.
Well, we're just going into hostile negotiations.
By the way, Dante, are you doing whatever you're doing sneakily, or are you just, just hopping out of the van? Because you're kind of in the open, so.
I'll roll stealth.
How's he looking?
The guy?
Yep.
Would I get my urban sneaking spec or just straight sneak?
It is an urban environment, yes. Rough, but urban.
Because I'm going full shamanic mask. I obviously do fucking magic.
Okay, so so that's what you were saying. I get it. So you're trying to like sort of intimidate him again, I guess.
I'm just letting him know that if his people keep coming up with his fucking weapons and shit, and he's gonna grin at us like some silly little bitch, I'm gonna treat him like some silly little bitch, and I'm gonna eat his fucking soul. That might be intimidation. I don't know. I was just gonna use being a magical giant.
Oh, okay. So here's what's gonna happen. If you're trying to intimidate him, you may roll intimidation, but that doesn't really sound like you're trying to intimidate him. That sounds like you're trying to respond to his challenge, which he is issuing right now.
I'm just reiterating the fact that I asked him for something dick about it. I can be a bigger dick.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, since you're doing the shamanic whatever, you get plus dice, but you're in a situation where he also has some back, so you get minus the same dice. So I'm going to say you're pretty even. Roll your intimidation, and I would say it works like that, Bamce. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Whatever Jet rolls, if Jet is helping, Sue can add to his intimidation check up to his intimidation skill, right?
Correct.
My intimidation skill is 0.
Okay. So much for that.
So you're not really intimidating. Yeah, he's not intimidated. As soon as you sort of change your face,
He starts squealing like a pig at you.
Starts oinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he wants to punch you.
Alright,
Yeah.
fucking hit him.
So yeah. So let's roll being quick and stuff.
Oh, fuck. Jet,
Can we make a break before this?
Sure. Do you guys want to pick this up right here in combat next week? Because combat tends to take a while.
And
Yeah.
you just attacked a gang on its turf, so I'm not really sure how many people I'm gonna be rolling for.
Sure. We can.
I would also like access to my actual stats.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
Stuff.
This
that
sounds
is
like a
true. On the other hand, this isn't gonna take long. This guy's got 3 seconds.
Your balls may be bigger than your mouth in this situation.
I'm a
No,
giant.
I mean, it may be true.
I want to say phrasing, but I'm not sure what that would imply.
Yeah, we should probably pick this up next week, straight in combat. This way, Jet has his sheet in front of him. If Rott has any questions, he can bug me during the week, and
Yeah.
we won't have to worry about.
No, that's good. And this is a great place to leave it off, too, because I'm super fucking excited about this.
Oh.
I hope you say
I'm
that.
just tired.
It'll be interesting to see what happens next week. Because, Rott, can you do me one thing before we go? Just so we have this.
Sure.
So Allie and Dante kind of like slunk off. So
Yes.
some kind of perception check to see if.
Oh, right. They saw you.
Yeah. Because that'll become very important, and I don't want to forget about it next week. Oh man, it looks like we might be ninjas.
I mean, it looks like I might be a ninja,
Yo, I
I
got
mean-
one less than you.
but that's the difference of one guy seeing you.
Maybe. There will be a small conversation with Rod about who is the defender in this situation.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Because that's... Defenders are sometimes an odd situation. Well, I guess we have a little bit of time now.
Oh, man.
Because, like, on one side, I am trying to do something to him, but he is also the guy that's trying to see me. So it's kind of like, all right, which one of us is the defender in this situation to win the tie?
Perception is an aggressive move. Stealth is defensive.
I mean, I'm using stealth in an offensive way. I'm trying.
I'm gonna just. I mean, I can solve it kind of maybe right now, even if you tied. They are really focused on who's trying to fuck with them right now. So if you want to, I can just interpret it in your favor right now.
And that's completely legitimate. So, yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how this goes next week because,
Oh yes.
well,
Well, gang combat was not a thing up until now, and it is.
yeah,
Rod, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna make this troll wish I didn't have a code of honor that says I can't kill him.
This troll is gonna wish other things upon you.
I mean, it's going to be great because it's going to start off with you getting bitch slapped in the face. So,
You're
Wait.
gonna roll terrible initiative, and he's gonna one-hit KO you.
Oh, I'm
question.
gonna roll terrible initiative. That I know, but I moved in the surprise round.
The fireball emblem, is that the same as the one that?
No, he had
Bridge
3
had-
claw marks.
Okay.
yeah. So it'll be a thing because what's going to happen when we come back to it is we're going to roll surprise tests because this kind of just was like kaboom, stuff's going down. Which, not going to lie, Sue, you're probably going to fail.
It's charisma twice, right?
No. It is,
It's your physical things,
It's
probably.
double your logic.
no.
I was being super friendly about the surprise.
Yeah, no. It is definitely reaction plus intuition. As this is a situation where we are kind of expecting combat to break out, there's a +3 on that, and you're trying to get 3 hits.
And I have a bonus.
I also have a bonus, I believe.
Ah, so I'm fine.
So,
We're all gonna enjoy troll pate.
yeah.
Okay.
But that'll be next week, and hopefully we'll be able to sort out that echo that I think is Rott.
Yeah.
I'll try to get better stuff. Promise.
Are you
That's right.
using headphones or speakers?
Speakers right now.
Yeah,
Okay, there may be settings in Discord. I'm not sure how well they work.
we
Nah,
can.
that's just the microphone picking up the speaker.
Yeah. If you have like earbuds, you should have something that you can plug into your either like on your phone or your computer somewhere.
Gonna make it happen.
Yeah, we'll mess with it. So, thank you guys for coming out. It'll be really interesting to see where this goes because I really want Sue to get one shot and just laid out because that'll be hilarious.
I want to see
No,
what Sue's planning because he's really excited.
Right?
I'm gonna go 10 rounds with this fucker.
I mean, I
You
don't
know
know
what?
if rounds or seconds, but we'll see.
Well, I don't
Yes,
know if
we
he's
can
gonna
down
go all
here
10
talk
rounds
shit,
with
get
me, but
hit.
Okay, I really have to go now, so
Yeah.
if we're signing off, we're signing off. See you
All
guys.
right, right.
Thank you very much.
Sweet dreams.
See you guys.
Yeah, like I said, like we say down here, talk shit, get hit.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. Like, there was the initial talking of shit, and then it was kind of like, you got boys, I got boys. Okay, now what happens? Then there was more talking of shit. And it's like, well, now I've called my boys out, right? Now I gotta hit him because otherwise I look like a bitch. I can't look like a
There
bitch. I'm
was
not a bitch.
no-
You're a bitch.
There was not initial talking of shit. I was being nice to him. I was asking him for a
Yeah, but then
Yeah, Jet.
Jet came up and started talking shit, and like,
The problem
Well,
is,
I mean, everyone should know that Jet ruins shit and just kind of account for that. Is he not
Even-
known around the ground?
even if we win, the problem is
Numbers.
we'd have to get out real quick because word is going to spread and there might be a hit out on us.
From a gang in the underground?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, not like a hit, not like assassins, but they're going to
No.
be looking for us because we mess with their crew.
Little orcs with pipes are going to come after us. I think we'll be fine.
I feel like there's a troll that's about to lay you out, so I don't know if I would
Yeah.
talk shit on
Bamce,
yeah.
there's a troll that's about to try and lay me out.
It's actually Gordo Crunch.
Oh dear!
That's why I was
I've
supposed
miscalculated horribly.
I'm sorry, sir. Care for a shoe shine.
I'd heard that you were out of town.
Let me pick my teeth up off the floor where they've all been placed out of my mouth.
It's okay. You can have those teeth. I'll grow more.
I'll go get cyber teeth.
Dude, that would
Ah,
be
my
the best.
essence.
Fake teeth don't actually cost any essence, so.
Wunderbar.
I'm wondering, since I have distinctive look, should my ballistic mask have like a poorly spray painted smiley face on it?
Oh, it probably has something on it.
Yeah.
If you have a distinctive look, your ballistic mask should have a picture of your actual face.
Pretty sure Dante just draws dicks on it all the time.
He just
Yeah.
keep buying new
Or a
ones.
picture of Dante's face.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head to bed because I gotta get up early in the morning. But I will talk
All
to you
right.
guys next week.
Yep. All right. Take it easy.